Hey guys! Today's video is on more of a serious topic. Since a lot of you have been asking lately, I thought I would make a video explaining my brother's illness. If you're not aware, this is my brother Jamie. He's been in several of my videos before. This is going to be more of a story than anything because I'll be like explaining the first few years of his life to you. Also, I will be reading the medical terms for things off of my phone and I'm like 90% sure that I'm gonna get them wrong, so bear with me. Okay, so going right back to the start when my mum was pregnant with my brother, she went for her 20-week scan and was told that his brain was coming out of his skull. But it actually wasn't. The doctors were wrong. I don't know why they thought that, but they did. My parents had to go to UCH hospital every 2 weeks for scans, and every time that they went they were told that something else was wrong, like there was a new thing every single week and they weren't getting very clear answers about anything. He was born prematurely at 30 weeks old and by emergency C-section, and the reason that he was born so early was because of several things. I've got the long names up, right? Tracheoesophageal fistula with esophageal atresia with neonatal repair, which means that his esophagus, the thing that your food goes down, was not attached to his stomach. He also had a hole in his heart which is known as ventricular septal defect, and he only weighed 2 pounds 15 ounces, which is really, really small. After he was born, he was transferred straight to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and within 4 hours he was operated on. They rejoined his esophagus to his stomach. After surgery, he had an intraventricular hemorrhage, grade 2, which is a brain hemorrhage. He then had a heart attack and went into cardiac arrest. After spending 4 months in intensive care, he finally got to go home with us. And 5 months after that, he had to go back for an operation to close the hole in his heart. After a week on life support, he had to go back for his second open heart surgery to close up the hole again because the patch that they had put there had come away. 6 weeks later, he had 2 cardiorespiratory arrests and total organ failure. We then, as a family, spent 6 months living at Great Ormond Street Hospital, and he had kidney failure again during that time. This is really weird for me to talk about because I never sit down and like explain it to anyone. Like, my friends know that he has things wrong with him, but they just know that he's like disabled and has a few problems, but nothing this informative has been told to them. I have this bit written down. In October 2001, he had his gastrostomy button fitted, and what that is basically a small tube that is inserted through the abdomen, and it's used to deliver medication and nutrition to people through their stomach, so that they don't have to drink it. We finally got to go home in November 2001. After all of that, he has been left with a few things, and this is what he has now. These ones are long. Profound neurological something. From what I'm aware, that is to do with his brain development, and he's actually delayed. He has the brain of like a 6-7-year-old. He watches kids shows, he's in a special needs school, and he's just, yeah, he's very delayed. Dilation of the residual right-sided pulmonary artery stenosis and identification of left-sided pulmonary venous occlusion. That was a long one. That's to do with his left lung. It doesn't work, like it has minimal air. He basically only has one lung that works. The other one's just kind of shriveled up. And he has congenital heart disease. My voice is croaky. He is also disabled and he needs constant care and can only eat pureed food. There are a few more things that have happened more recently, like in the past couple years, so I'm just gonna quickly tell you those. In 2012, he had a stroke. In 2013, he had swine flu, and that's incredibly dangerous for him because of his condition and everything. And it actually ended up resulting in him having low platelets. His platelets are now down to 49, and for the average person they should be 150 to 400. Platelets are to do with the blood, by the way. I don't really know how to explain it, but basically he bleeds very easily, and when he has operations and stuff, he is high risk for like heavy bleeding. it's dangerous, basically. In September 2013, he had to go into hospital for a minor operation, but he was only supposed to stay in for 2 days afterwards for like recovery. But he actually ended up staying in hospital for a week in intensive care because there were some complications during the operation, and he ended up being on 12 litres of oxygen, and he had to be transported home in an ambulance because he couldn't sit up properly. The doctor's main concern at the moment is that the pressure between his heart and his one working lung will become too much for him and he won't be able to cope anymore. But there isn't anything that they can do about that, so we just have to see how things go. There is one more thing that I would like to talk about really quickly. My family and I are currently saving up every single penny that we have because next year Jamie is turning 16 and we really want to take him back to Disney World Florida to like celebrate it, and we don't know what's going to happen in the future and we don't know how many more holidays we're going to be able to take him on, so we really would like to get him back out there so that he can go enjoy himself and experience things while he still can. Disney World costs a lot of money. I didn't realise how much it costed until we added it all up. My dad has set up a donation page and I would really appreciate it if you guys could go and check it out. There is some more information about Jamie on there, and if you want you can donate to help us take him. Obviously you don't have to donate and I don't expect you to. If you can't donate or don't want to, can you please try and share the links? You never know. You never know who's going to help. The link is www.gofundme.com/Operation Jamie. I will also leave the link in the description. I hope this helped you guys understand things a bit more and it gave you a bit more insight into my life. One last thing that I need to talk to you about. I only went and hit 20,000 subscribers. Guys, that's insane. 20,000 people. You watching this right now, you made me very happy, thank you. I honestly can't imagine that many people liking me enough to subscribe, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to keep saying thank you. Thank you, I love you, you're all really cute and I wish I could hug you. You deserve a hug. I'll hug you. Wasn't that great? I feel a lot closer to you now. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll see you soon.